Hello everyone, this is Zoltar and welcome back to our third Offworld Trading Company Expansive campaign. Still no farms. Still no hydroponic farms available to us in the labor pool. Quite frustrating. We know that farms are very, very good. We want to abuse them and we can't. So instead, I think we're going to buy that one more Offworld market just to make sure we've got that insurance locked up. It's good to go. We're not really using it much, but we might be able to, and we might be able to better now that we've purchased it. And then I think we'll just go with an electronics factory and a steel mill engineer to round out the group. And we'll save the rest of the money, the last little 303,000 for next round. Now, this is elimination round turn 6. So this is the last elimination round. The next round should be the final round. You can see there are only 5 of us left. We'll have to be careful with stock price. Make sure that we are not in last place on stock price at the end of this round, and that guarantees we go on through to the final. Having a high stock price, though, still obviously a good thing, as it makes that final round significantly easier. So, this time our available missions are a Thinking Machines perk with normal rules and high resource levels, which is potentially very, very good for us, especially because we can abuse slant drilling even more, as long as there are plenty of high tiles. And then the other one is a free metal mine with rare resource levels and normal rules. I think I would like to go into the Thinking Machines mission for a variety of reasons. First of all, Thinking Machines is amazing, especially if we plan on ever using these off-worlds and being able to keep them up online for the last round. Second, high resources are easier to play with in general. Computers also don't generally abuse them very well, so that could be fine. Third is Alpha Upgrade Core is already in this mission. We want to beat him into submission. We don't want to let him do his computer cheating ways of actually making any additional money. Because look at this. He got, like... These computers are complete and total failures, and they got nothing done, right? But these computers, magically, because they weren't in the game with us, they did just fine. So what we do is we join the game with the destructive computer player, the one who is blowing everyone else out of the water, in particular Alpha Upgrade Core in this case, who, by the way, yes, did happen to do the best here in cheating his way on through. And we make sure that he only ends up with something like this 45,000 instead of this 27,000. That's the basic goal. So let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, we're going to want to upgrade the population fairly quickly this game in order to let it keep growing, so that's well worth noting. Plenty of aluminum there, some good iron here. We could just throw down using this. I'm a little nervous about the water situation, though. So we'll keep poking around. Oh, there we go. That's more what I'm talking about. Let's finish revealing the last little bit of this, and then we'll probably just plant right next to this iron here. Right on top of this iron. Whoa, we got adjacency this time! What? That's fantastic. Alright, that honestly took me by surprise. I thought there was a better aluminum tile, but this guy might have deleted it because robots do that. Or computers do that. And do we need more iron? Probably. Let's go ahead and take it just to be safe. And we'll also just grab that little aluminum tile right there to help out. Okay, buy steel. Sell enough steel. Actually, yeah, I think we need to push for an upgrade, and then we'll work toward the house. Upgrade. 3 steel mills should be good.
The shareholders will love it.
Sell off the water we've got stocked up because of the water shipment. And I think we'll just make sure to guarantee the best water tile available to us. Very hard to nuke that down, even though it's very far away. I'm hoping that will be worthwhile in the end. Okay, steel's rolling in nicely. Let's buy that house, keep that colony growing. And we'll just get another house pretty much as fast as we can, especially because we do have plenty of aluminum production coming in off this medium aluminum tile.
Robotic colony expanded.
Now, we do have just the one robotic opponent this time, so that is not near so much pressure on life support. So a lot of the pressure on life support is going to have to come from the colony itself directly. That is something that needs to be considered. All this power production is just ridiculous. Quite happy about it. Another housing bot. And we can buy some steel mill engineer. Sure. It's not worth too much, but it's worth something. 10,000. We have to be careful with this one. I'm going to push it to 18. I'm going to let it go for 22, though. Now, this is the downside to being alone against a computer, right? I have no idea what he values this at, but I know that I don't think it's all that valuable permanently through the game, so I'll just go ahead and let him have it once I'm to the point of being nervous. Okay. Got this nice bit of water bought up. It's very nice not being up against a scavenger this game. Black market's not going to be nearly so painful, hopefully. And we'll be able to really get something done. with everything. Well, we'll be able to really just get stuff done a lot better this game without having to defend ourselves so frequently, is what we're aiming for. Now, unfortunately, we are spending a lot of chems to upgrade our leisure buildings, and we're spending a lot of chems if we want to use this engineering lab, so we will pretty much need a hacker array just as often as possible, hacking chems for us, I think. We'll go ahead and buy a new claim, just to have the new claim. New claims are good. Why not? And from there, let's go ahead and upgrade. And we need to start making money immediately. Reactors are going to be our usual bet for that, so we're just going to stick to it. Getting down the reactors that we can for nice, easy, quick money at the start of the game. And then with our last 2 tiles, we can grab up maybe one more water. A decent water. Maybe grab some silicon, because we're going to need that for glass if we really want to go that route. And this silicon's pretty good. We can also change this aluminum to be high silicon as well if we want to. And then we'll be looking for another claim as fast as we can, I think. We also want to keep growing this colony, so that's another thing to watch out for. But we're just going to be relying on these reactors to really get all this done the best that we can. There we go. Buy up some housing. There's a surplus on oxygen, which is awful. Not the kind of thing we were looking for at all, but we'll just have to live with how it went. Let's see. So we want a leisure building and we want an extra claim. Those are the big things we're pushing for right now. An upgrade could also just work if we just want to upgrade again and it doesn't turn out to be all that expensive. That is certainly an option. And that might just have to be what happens very, very quickly to make sure we can push into food or glass furnaces fairly quickly. Our glass furnaces still rather subpar, unfortunately, so that just creates a whole bit of an awkward situation, but gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, this oxygen surplus really, really hurt, unfortunately. We can upgrade. We can't afford a new claim. We can almost afford a new claim, but I think it's better to just go ahead and upgrade.
Domination grows.
Need to get this leisure building bought before too long, but first, I'm going to throw down 3 farms. We'll go ahead and put them here. I kind of like that. Sell down fuel, farm, and sell down some silicon, farm. There we are. Okay, that should be okay. And now I really want to get down with my last 2 claims, a hacker array and an engineering lab. These steel mills are not too good right now, but nothing is particularly good right now, which is one reason to put down a hacker array, just so I can make something be worth money that I can make, like fuel. Fuel would be a fantastic thing to hack, so I really want to press for this hacker array as fast as I can, even if we have to sell off fuel to do it, quite frankly, because nothing is worth any money, except for, like, we can get to glass furnaces, right? He took away our iron. I don't care in the slightest. So we're just going to push to this hacker array. I don't even want to put it there. Hold on. I want to put it here to allow for better expansion to this slot later with these buildings. 1 claim left. Let's go ahead and scrap out of our steel. Move on into that glass. Oh, not do that. And then we'll look to get this engineering lab down. Really need to get this leisure building bought. It's being so much more difficult this game because of how hard it is to actually buy resources or sell resources and get money at this point. That's why we need this hacker array so desperately. Come on, let me push for this. How much is it? 53. Okay. Glass is actually making money despite my awful glass production, so that's good. Trying to take... Ooh, and there's a glass shortage. All right. Well, that's also kind of fortunate that we made the move into glass. Let's see. Once this glass shortage ends, we'll go ahead and sell out of it. We will go ahead and start shorting fuel because fuel is a reasonable thing to short. We'll make a lot of it very, very easily. And that's going to be the basic game plan there, is just short that convenient, nice resource. So let's start that. Let's buy this leisure building. We can't upgrade anymore because we sold so much glass. But we can potentially just go into a little bit of extra glass production and wait a little longer on that engineering lab. And hopefully that'll be okay. Especially because we have everything running that we really want to. We don't necessarily need to buy more into the colony immediately. It is growing. So we'll just push for that upgrade. And then an Offworld might actually be kind of useful this game. Steel's mega cheap. We have glass production. Electronics aren't too bad. Our opponent is making electronics, keeping that price down, which is nice. 8,000. Do we care about it all that much? Not really. It can't steal anything too valuable from us. We do need to watch this water. We can add to that fairly easily once we upgrade. Like, we can grab a goon squad right now. I think that's a good call. We need to repair the hacker array. Apparently I should have goon squatted the hacker array. We'll go ahead and just do that to be safe. And
Worker
upgrade.
morale is at an all-time high. Thanks
Now we can
to
just
the
start selling off this
infrastructure
glass
boost
for
we
straight
approved.
profit.
We'll be able to ship more industries off Earth in no time.
Get down the engineering lab. That'll help us do something like make food. Let's check off-world prices to see what we really want to send off-world. Unfortunately, nothing is looking too good, and this is the downside of the off-world. Sometimes it's just not very good. Like, the best thing is chems, and we can't even make chems appropriately. But we can at least send oxygen, so hopefully we can use the off-world reasonably well if we go ahead and commit into one. 5 other claims left over. We can go ahead and throw down a little extra food, maybe a little extra glass as well, and see what we can do from there. Need to buy into this colony more, buy an extra house for it, buy an extra leisure building for it. Got to keep it growing. That's where our money comes from. 4 claims left. Honestly, don't know what to do with these. Let's go ahead and throw down some water. Could throw down a little more food right here. Let's go ahead and upgrade. Yeah, let's upgrade food production just because. But yeah, game's being a little more difficult this time. It's hard to drive those prices up this game for whatever reason. And I don't even know if this is particularly worthwhile because of how expensive the chems are, because we keep buying into leisure buildings and we can't make chems. It's something we'll need to consider in future playthroughs. Nope. I knew that shortage was coming. Need to actually make use of that kind of thing in the future. Okay, what's getting stolen from us? I think it's aluminum and silicon. That's all right. Silicon is quite valuable. We're driving the price on that up quite substantially. But we want to leave the aluminum up for now. We'll actually just turn off. Okay, no. The pirates are gone. So we'll scrap the aluminum and just move into silicon for a while. That shortage helped on fuel. We'll probably just keep doing that for a while. Maybe just push for these off-worlds as fast as we can. They're not very good, but they're better than anything else we can do. Need that leisure building, though. At least the colony is growing quite effectively, and we are still getting a large amount of the colony. Like, we're getting a substantial portion of the colony secured. Man, all this production is just so bad, though. We could upgrade glass production, actually. If glass production wants to stay expensive, if glass consumption, for whatever reason, because of that short or any reason whatsoever, we can just start shorting glass and upgrading the production to kind of compensate for the fact that we have no engineers. So maybe that's our curveball this game. It's just the basic idea of, well, let's commit into glass completely. As much as we have to. Unfortunately, it's not actually making us very much money right now. Because the production is so bad. And the silicon's kind of important, but oh well.
Our hackers have compromised the trading servers.
3 claims left. I really don't know what to do with these.
Shortly.
So awkward. Alright, let's throw down the off-world. Just so I have it. I think we can use 1. Buy into this fuel production. Am I really spending fuel through 3 reactors right now? I have so many water blimps in the air. That's ridiculous. Let's just turn our water off for now. Like, I wanted to secure plenty of water, but oh, and there's a shortage. Okay. A shortage on chems is really painful. Let's see. We upgraded glass. It's doing okay. It's not doing great. We kind of need to surplus chems if we want to keep using this engineering lab. So I'm going to try for that. See if we can make it work. Well, fuel's nice and expensive now. I did most of that, but I guess it works. Buy a house. Chems, why are you so expensive? I really need to just straight up surplus chems. Like, constantly. Glass short coming in. So we'll see what we can do with that. Just sell off what we can. We are not sitting on large piles of money in this game. It's very strange. Alright. Thankfully, with everything so cheap, it makes off-worlding a bit easier, in a way. We do need to go ahead and buy in enough to send with this off-world, and then buy back into glass. There we are. Sell some iron, which really doesn't need to be making iron constantly right now. I wish we could make chems. Our opponent can make chems, he's just choosing not to because he's a robot and he's making electronics, and that's how robots work. I guess we'll just make some steel. Alright. Last short went reasonably well. Now the thing is, with 2 off-worlds, or 2 off-world astronauts. I believe our off-worlds send quite rapidly. I think it's 30 seconds to launch instead of a minute. So we can make a lot of money off these off-worlds. And let's go ahead and upgrade our oxygen production to help support that. It's a nice thing to do while we keep trying to surplus chems, keep buying housing and leisure buildings over and over and over and over and over again. We could, let's see. I think leisure is still our best bet. Like, we don't want chems getting consumed, even though having some glass production consumption would be nice. We don't want chems consumed too much. So I think we're just going to stick to the general basic game plan. We could also move into power a bit more instead of steel here. I think that'd be a nice option. And yeah, we really, I think, want to ramp up that oxygen. We can even turn the water back on. That should be fine. These could even go into reactors, and that might be okay.
Trading servers. Price manipulation begins shortly.
Okay, okay. This is all starting to turn the way we like it to turn, thankfully. It just took a little while longer. It was a little bit harder this game. I'm never going to stop surplusing. It's not having near so much of an impact on the market as I would like for it to at the moment, but that's okay.
Off-world shipment launched.
Yep, off-world shipment launched.
Money.
Whoa, water went nuts. Apparently we're succeeding at the whole water thing. Thankfully, we have a little bit of water here that we can actually access with slant drilling fairly easily. We could also just push to another claim and grab a little bit more water in the good spot. Because our water production's pretty ridiculous, and here comes the money, thankfully. Let's see. We can still send oxygen. We can still send oxygen. It's alright. It's not great, but it's doable.
Look at all the money.
We'll just have to be careful with it compared to food. Like now it's starting to lean in the food direction. All this food really is just losing us money constantly. Really shouldn't have any of that online right now. Not with water this expensive. Let's upgrade our food production, our oxygen production. Let's see, carbon short, not that big a deal. We can throw down another engineering lab and that might be worthwhile. We're still on day 6 of 7. We can keep just launching so fast. We'll buy some food up. There we go. Send that this time. And yeah, I think we want to maybe move out of these glass furnaces and just into more reactors. With oxygen as expensive as it is, and the fact that we want to keep sending oxygen like all the time. Because it's good money. It's darn good money. Here we are. More housing, more leisure. Got to keep up with that. I've been slowing down on it this game. I keep getting distracted. But man, do we have the money for it now. There we are. That's all of that. Food shortage. Let's make sure these are turned back on. Sell more water. The farms are doing just fine. Excellent. We're in a fairly good spot, all things considered. Gonna just keep launching stuff off-world. No reason to stop anytime soon. More oxygen. Let's send some water, actually, instead. Sell down, buy, send. There we are. We can buy more shares in the colony. We can try and get a little more power online if we want to. Things of that nature.
Look at all the money.
We can try and mutiny this guy's off-world. It was defended, unfortunately. So that's probably going to backfire horribly and get our off-world taken over, but whatever. Not much to do about that now. Oh, food. You're going totally nuts on me. Power, you're also going totally nuts on me. Let's upgrade these things, all of them. Sure, why not? Because it costs a ridiculous amount of money is why not, but still, we're doing it. And let's scrap out of these guys and get some solar panels down to help compensate for all this. There's the mutiny. It went down on power, interestingly enough, instead of the off-world. The computer doesn't seem to like handling the off-worlds very much. And we'll send oxygen. How are these doing? They're still okay, especially now that we've completely destroyed the price on water again. And there we go. At least we had the opportunity to use the off-worlds, especially with 2 astronauts. The off-worlds just launch so fast. It's insane. I enjoy that aspect of the campaign, the fact that things just go nuts sometimes. It's fun. At least in my opinion, it's fun. Maybe other people don't like it so much, but guess what? You guys are wrong. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Keep going. All right. We're pretty well set up to just win this one now. We'll pay down our debt. We're not really focusing on shortages too much. We could if we wanted to, but I don't see much of a point. So we'll just make sure that we're buying stock as much as we can to keep our opponent out of it. And that should be just fine.
Look at all the money.
There we are. Alright, 13 oxygen production a second right now. Hopefully covers our off-world for the most part. Now, my concern is I don't have enough food down, just these 3. It's not even making 1 food a second from each farm, which is kind of frustrating. So the colony is not growing as fast as I would like it to, but it's already the last day. And so I don't see any way to help like compensate for that anymore. I should have converted this into a farm. As it was, I just turned them off and sold the chems because it just seemed most reasonable. I don't think we quite have enough time to launch off-world. So everything just keeps going into buying this stock. And the game's just about over. We might have had enough time. Off-world's launched so fast when you've got all these astronauts. I like how we have managed to stop making money on anything that isn't food, though. That's why the off-worlds were important. And that'll be the game. Alright, Alpha Upgrade Core with your ridiculous stock price and all your bonuses that you cheated your way to. How's it feel to actually be up against a real player, huh? I'm taunting the computer. I'm sorry, guys. It's just, I feel like I need to. Obviously, my on-world was significantly less impressive this game. Bought up a lot of chems to get our production rolling, but my off-world was where it was at, clearly. 658,000. Kind of nice when you can guarantee that building an off-world isn't going to straight up kill you, and you know you'll be able to make money off of it. So, yeah. It was a nice game. We got it done. So, thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time.